And then what was also funny is I've had it like installed, or not installed, but I've had it in the library for months. And then it dawned on me the other day that Mildred loves to play racing games. So she was like, you should find me a racing game. And I was like, oh shit. Like, I forgot I have Hot Wheels and Lego 2K Drive. So I was like, which one do you want? She's like, fuck it, the Hot Wheels one. And then she played it for like an hour. And I'm not going to lie, like that whole hour, I was just like, give me the fucking controller. I want to play that shit right now, bro. Yo, what's up? Whoa, that was crazy.
That was
we did it
sick.
at the same
That was great.
time. I felt like the intro to like an Adult Swim thing, like the beat plays and there's just text on. Maybe that's how we open the show.
Then maybe we just completely copy Adult Swim's
just come
whole
up
thing.
with, the same text and everything. That's a good idea.
They're actually Wingdings.
Oh, perfect.
Or like Comic Sans.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Joystick Show, episode 221.
Woo!
As you can tell, we're still
Easy.
trying to figure out how to open this show.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out how to get Joey and Jerry to...
Well, I think it's time that we be honest with the audience. You know, every week we sort of like joke around and we allude as to like why people aren't here, you know. And if you guys haven't noticed, this is the second week in a row that we're not joined by Joey and Jerry. And that's because I have the unfortunate news of telling you that they've actually joined the recent internet podcasting strike. So they will not be supporting the show. We had to go our own route. We just have to bring you the show every single week. The show must go on.
Yeah,
you know?
and we didn't want to, it'd be a shame if we had to bring you replacements to the already,
side hosts.
Yeah, to the already side hosts. So instead of replacing, we were like, you know what? We'll let them be out for a few weeks, let them hold out for more money, which they won't get, but... Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're CFO. Yeah. I don't have any control in that aspect.
The most they might get out of this is less cases,
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know where you're going with that either.
I was going to say that like we were like a shady organization.
I know where the viewers can go.
They can go.
They can go subscribe. They can go do that. They can like this episode of the Joystick Show.
Nice.
And they could just have a good time with us because Bobby and Dylan is all you need sometimes. Who needs the J's when you got B and D? You know what I'm saying? Breaking and dentering. All right, moving it on along.
Why do I love that?
Dylan showed me, Dylan was refreshing my memory about a movie I've never seen before.
Yes,
but that
which actually
I know much about.
Yeah,
enough.
which I think will really lend credence into what I'm talking about.
Okay,
the fact that you actually haven't watched this movie beginning to end, because I'm the same way. My time over the last week, I was pretty busy with like New Year's. Like I kind of did nothing on like the second day of the year. I know I had all these motivations about doing stuff. I already have like 4 job interviews next week, so I already feel like I already kicked it more into high gear of what I want this year, like actual career shit too, like corporate shit. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna fucking buy a suit. I'm in Wolf of Wall Street. You know what I mean?
Blazers last year, fucking tuxedos this year.
Exactly. But a good amount of my time has been spent playing, like we've been talking about, the game Sinnoh 2 Nerdle, which I'm sure we're gonna have a standalone video.
Yeah, we should do that
part
like
3
next week.
Yeah, of course, just because it is so good. I finally played the Battle Royale mode, which is pretty fun. I still think that the new Battle 2.0 is like the cream of the crop. Like is
it like a situation where it like goes in a chain of people and then if you get stuck you get eliminated and it kind of...
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So at the beginning it goes in a chain and then it's random. Like
it's funny.
It'll pick like everyone submits their movie and you just have to submit whatever works.
Gotcha. It's funny that you bring that up because yesterday I was at a party and we played a version of musical chairs. It was musical candy canes. It was a very late Christmas party.
Okay.
And while playing the game, I was like, musical chairs is kind of like the first ever battle royale. You know what I mean? Right? You think about it.
It
totally
besides
is.
like Gladiator Fight to the Death, which would be the OG.
Yeah.
I would say that
second is still pretty good.
I mean, it is the first ever.
Second to gladiatorial combat never looks bad on the resume.
I'm sure like every native tribe had their own thing too, but you know what? It is the first like kids friendly, I think,
Battle Royale.
But
yes. Anyway, yes,
the OG Fortnite, Bob. You do have a good point. But I realized that I am now I'm crafting on something. I'm working on a list of all of the movies that I play, but I actually haven't watched. Because there's a ton of movies that I play. I'm like that too, all the time. I'm like, I know that they're in this. I know about this movie. I remember seeing the trailer, but never watched the whole thing, that sort of thing. So now I got like 40 movies to watch.
It's funny because you'll do that and you'll watch the movie, and then like there'll be 2 supporting actors who are like giant actors now, and you're like, I had no fucking clue that they play a cashier in this movie.
If only I could link those movies, right? Which of course I'll get about into like the final, what you alluded to, that movie I do want to talk about. I started with the movie that would help me the most, and that was Jersey Girl. I don't know if you know about this movie.
Ben Affleck.
It is Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Will Smith, directed by Kevin Smith.
Okay.
It has like everyone in it. It's like kind of romancy. It's weird having the guy who made Mallrats make a romance movie. Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
But I watched a bunch of Will Smith movies because Will Smith is like my win condition in Sin It's a Nerdle. Gotcha. I gotta know what he's in.
Yeah.
He's in. I'm not a big fan of a lot of these movies. I mean,
you're not a big fan of Wild Wild West, Dylan?
Of course, you bring up Wild Wild West. You hit someone with the Wild Wild West combo. It goes great.
That's a tough one.
But there's a bunch of movies where I'm just like, these are not great. And of course, the direction I went next was, I want to go in the direction of comedies, right? Because that's my favorite type of movie to watch. Of course, there's a bunch of like drama and other weird movies. Like, I play Gosford Park all the time, and it always works because it's a Robert Altman movie with 800 people in it. But I was like, what movie can I watch? And someone against me hit me with a 3X on Freddy Got Fingered, and I went,
fuck.
Man, I knew my way out because I knew about the movie. I've seen bits and pieces. I know that he was married to Drew Barrymore, and she has a part in the movie.
Yeah.
But let me explain. We'll start with the OG. Bob, do you know about Tom Green?
I do know about Tom Green, yes.
So, guys, I don't know if you know about Tom Green. He was a phenomena.
Yeah.
In the years
late 90s, early 2000s.
Exactly. That kind of like, if you just, the mid to late 90s, we just took the edge on the metaphorical stereo.
If you're watching
that dial all the way fucking up.
If you're watching this video and you were born after the year 2007, he's the guy in that viral internet video with Andy Milonakis in the gas station where he's just like saying the same thing over and over again. Have you ever seen that video? Yeah, so that's Tom Green. He's a weird guy, but...
Yes. But he is someone who, despite spewing out vomit content, I would describe it as,
made it big for a short
He
while.
made it really huge. He is someone who has influenced the likes of the entire Jackass crew, Impractical Jokers, Man on the Street content like Billy Eichner. He is the man that influenced the origins to the Joe Rogan Experience.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Joe Rogan went on Tom Green's show, which was on TomGreen.com and live streamed.
Wow.
And Joe Rogan was like, wait, this isn't like an actual like late night.
Do this.
And Tom Green was like, no. He's like, I could have on a dictator if I wanted. He's like, I do the casting and everything. And Joe Rogan, you see a light bulb go off, and like he wasn't even bald, but like that made him bald, and the light bulb popped out, and he's like, I know exactly what to do here. But essentially, Freddy, he got like a development deal to make a movie from all of this stuff. He got his own MTV show. He had a comedy, public access show that popped off, and his development deal was making this movie. And God forbid you ever watch this movie, you must know the context going in because it is really important.
Yeah.
Halfway through filming, there was a director who backed out of the project, not because of anything, not because of the shock humor, but just because of what the movie consisted of and the actual plot and characters.
Yeah.
So
real quick,
do you know about the plot of the movie?
If I remember correctly, it's about Freddy, the main character, or rather, no, it's Freddy's his brother, right?
Yes,
and that he claims that Freddy was sexually abused by their father, right?
Okay, but here's the thing about that whole that move that is, I would say, probably the C plot of the film.
Okay.
The movie has some parts. So the whole, I don't even know how to describe this. The whole movie is made to just kind of be shock.
Yeah.
Like, and in so much that now it's kind of, see, I'm not fully in this boat, but I'm kind of in this boat, that the movie was intentionally made to be horrible.
Yeah.
It was made to be a trope on all of those Euro trip, road trip, American Pie,
For sure.
even Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler, they're all guilty of making kind
that
of
crude humor, but
same,
he takes it to a new level.
Yes, he basically did both extremes of crude to the extent and also the sentimentality of the movie. So the plot of this movie is Gordy, who's the main character, Gord, and his brother Freddy. Gord is basically going to follow his dreams and move to Hollywood. So basically, he is given a bus ticket to go to Hollywood.
Got it.
But then as he's about to get on the bus, his parents stop him, even though he lives with his parents.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, hold up, I know we bought you that bus ticket, but we actually got you a car. The scene makes absolutely
not important.
No, it makes no sense. Yeah. The movie is full of continuity errors. And as you watch the movie, you soon realize that it is the most meta thing ever. The movie has about 5 or 6 men on the street segments woven into the movie, but they're not men on the street. They're actually like a scripted thing.
Yeah.
So like it's this weird like meta, like this is like why is this happening right
Sounds
now?
a little ahead of its time, honestly.
Yeah, and it's like kind of placed randomly throughout, and you're kind of questioning the movie yourself as I'm watching this all the way through. Is this intentional? Because some of them are intentional, and some of the things are other, like, I don't think he actually meant to do that. But as a result, it's fucking artwork. Mm-hmm. So he gets to L.A. Everyone in L.A. is like a bumbling moron. They're kind of like doo-doo-doo. They're all like coked out crazy people. Yeah. There's a bunch of like call outs of stuff like in the background. He'll throw in like random, like, you know, I think like the name of the restaurant he like goes to like try and meet like this big wig producer. And the name of the place is like Movers and Shakers or like fucking Big Wigs or something like that. Like the entire movie is just kind of like and no wonder it got panned by critics because the entire movie is just fucking stabbing the entire industry that it's about. But essentially, like he finds himself through all of this stuff. There's that whole, like I said, there's a side plot where he's trying to get back at his dad. That's why he's doing all this. Like he's trying to prove his dad wrong because, you know, with that trope, he doesn't believe in him.
Yeah.
And there's that whole side plot of like,
so he goes about faking sexual abuse. Yes,
and then he's like, because that's what you do to get big, right? Course. And then there's a whole romance section where he gets in love with this woman who is paralyzed from the waist down. And their entire relationship consists of him hitting her as hard as he can in her legs, which she gets a sexual arousal out of. And her entire existence in the movie is just to be the sexual thing in the movie. Like so much so that like you could tell that she's saying her lines and she's like about to laugh because she's like, "What am I doing?
What is this dumb?"
Because the movie goes from being completely like should be banned to the most sentimental scene you have ever seen, but very overplayed, like Dad, like people are crying, like they're like gouging their eyes out. There is an entire gag in the movie where there's a little boy who continually progressively gets more and more injured. Like he's like the neighbor boy and he's like, "Oh boy, I get to have ice cream." Stab, fucking shot. He gets like everything happens to this little boy, and it's like, why did he have to do this? So finally he gets to the guy, and finally after like 3 times Anthony Michael Hall plays like the guy, and he's like, "You know what? I'm gonna give you a deal. I'm gonna give you $1 million to make your dream true." And essentially, he makes cartoons and very bad like animations. Like no one would want this. So essentially, now we're at this giant pivotal point in the movie where you realize that he's not the likable character. at all. Like, they made a movie with the most unlikable human being on the planet in Tom Green, and you're basically rooting for his downfall. So when he then proceeds to waste the $1 million, which is actually the budget of the movie, it's like a whole meta thing if you really think about it. He spends $250,000 on jewels, and then he spends $750,000 on other miscellaneous things. He takes a helicopter to go see the love of his life, the handicapped one, which she got to a non-handicap accessible rooftop. I'm not gonna fucking question it, she got up there, and then to get back at his dad because he still doesn't believe in him, took their house and put it in the middle of Pakistan, and then had it explode. Yes.
This is all in a movie.
Yeah. And he all did it just the troll, and I think that is the most commendable thing I've ever heard in my life. That to basically ruin your own career and make a movie in order just for the troll,
for the lols.
Just 10 out of 10. I wish the best for Tom Green.
Sitting at a 12% critically on Rotten Tomatoes and an interesting 56%, which is a lot higher than I would think it would be. But
because people see through the
it's probably one of those movies that I'm not gonna say it ages well, but over time it probably takes on a new meaning, especially when you look at all the fucking filth that people are laughing at these days.
Yeah, and especially as it aged, it will. Roger Ebert reviewed the movie, and he said, this movie will always be memorable. It will live on for infamy, but never will it be actually good or funny.
I don't know about the funny part. It might be funny, but
the movie's fucking hysterical, but the entire time you're fighting it. The entire time.
Because you don't want to.
Because it's not, the movie's not good. It doesn't make any sense. No one is likable, but the entire time you're like,
That's interesting.
But yeah,
So what do you give Freddy Got Fingered?
With context, it's still only like a 7 or an 8.
Wow, I mean, still that's pretty high. Yeah, for Freddy Got Fingered.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably say a lot of stuff. I will end it with I do recommend it, and a lot of stuff did get cut from the movie so that it wouldn't be NC-17. I think that's why the whole fingered part is like only like a 10-minute side plot.
Yeah.
Because I think that if it was the main focus of the movie, that it would probably not get through censorship, especially considering some of the things he does in them. I don't know why I'm getting like so somber about it, but he does some stuff, like even me, like I'm not the biggest fan of shock humor. And this is like, it is too far, like regardless of making a point.
Yeah.
Like I think that he truly knew that he would not be questioned, that it's like his whole thing was shock.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh no, this is part of, you'll be funny. And it is just like, wow, but yeah, go watch a movie.
Gotcha.
Make sure kids aren't around.
Are you like crumbling something with your foot?
No, why?
It's like something making a noise.
Oh.
Hold on. I want to hear. Move your feet. What the hell is that? All right, whatever. Something's making a noise. I just don't want anything to fall over while I'm doing the episode here, but
Bobby.
Anyway, yeah.
I'm sorry.
What? Were you doing that? Fucking I got fingered.
You fell, yeah, bro. You fell for the troll during the troll segment.
Anyway,
I could keep talking about this the whole episode and then also derail the episode.
I mean, Dylan, you already talked about it for a quarter of the fucking episode. So.
I can keep going.
Yeah, I'm also gonna record you on my mini camera.
That's amazing.
Yeah, right. Hold on. Wait.
I am done, by the way.
There we go.
You know that, right? Yeah. I was finished talking about this like 2 minutes ago. I just can't stop talking.
You know, the funny thing is I'm legitimately recording you with my mini camera right now. It's something that I thought was kind of interesting that you brought up. Go ahead and record me with the mini camera.
Oh, that's so sick.
It's already recording. Just point it at me. I think, did you press a button?
No.
You may have pressed a button. Now you got to give me the camera back,
It's
Dylan.
recording.
All right, I'm just making sure. What's your opinion on Mr. Beast, Dylan?
He did the crypto scam, so it's kind of he's in the bad boys club now.
Gotcha. Okay.
But why?
So, pass me the you throw it. It's cool. But in fact,
bro, you should film like a Blair Witch Chronicle movie
on this thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, here we get
that would look actually really good.
Let's just get the whole set. Here, there's the audio and there's the camera, some lights.
Hide the sex toy. Hide it.
And there's Hunter over
Bob,
there.
we can't. Bob,
what did I get?
Got a cut. You put the sex toy.
Oh shit! That whole row of sex toys.
There's like a whole like eight. Okay, guys, if you missed it, don't pay attention.
Yeah, don't look at the. We're actually making a video. It's called "Which Dildo Hurts the Most," and we're gonna. It's like very Rhett and Link, Good Mythical Morning-esque. Yeah. Does it dildo? That's what we're doing. Fucking.
They reveal it's a cactus, and Link is just like, you see.
Now that's how you make a thumbnail right there. But anyway, back to Mr. Beast. Speaking of thumbnails, yeah, Mr. Beast put out a little reality competition show on Prime called the Beast Games, I think it is.
Oh,
and I was talking down to it to Mildred the other day because it's like not for me. Like, here's what I'm gonna say.
Better or worse than Celebrity Jeopardy? Or whatever that was.
Worse, in my opinion.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I've come around to Celebrity Jeopardy.
Okay.
You know, the first episode was a hard one to get through, but afterwards it kind of grows on you.
Okay,
you know?
it gets a little better.
It gets a little better. But no, I think my gripe with this is that Mr. Beast, and I was trying to explain this to Mill, has kind of like cracked the YouTube formula, so to speak.
Yeah.
And you could say what you want about him. Like, I'll give you my spiel right off the bat. He's not my favorite YouTuber in the slightest.
No,
but
not at all.
I do give him credit because he knows a lot about how it works. And like,
he's definitely like one of the smartest people on the planet.
He's very knowledgeable about virality and all that stuff, how to make videos, make tons of money, how to profit and stuff like that. So props in that department. But I think my gripe is that he's kind of gone about this formula for a really long time.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when I showed Mildred his YouTube channel, which is filled of all these like giving money away, challenge videos.
We planted a million trees.
Yeah. Mildred was like, he kind of feels like a YouTube game show host. And I was like, kind of, you know, he's like YouTube's Merv Griffin or some shit like that. But my whole spiel is that this new show that he's doing, I think it's like 5,000 people compete against each other to win $5 million. And it's supposed to be this whole like Squid Games-esque thing where they do a bunch of games and challenges.
Which is cool because like a lot of those shows exist in like
Japan
and stuff. Like a lot of their shows are like that.
But I guess my whole gripe is that it's like in my head, it's like Mr. Beast gets all this money from Amazon or whatever to do this like show, and he just basically does what he does on YouTube, but like times 5. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's weird to get mad at it because, like I just previously stated, the guy knows his P's and Q's. So it's probably going to make a shit ton of money. There's probably a ton of people watching it. I'm not. But at the same time, I guess what I'm saying is, like, if I were in that position, right? If I were Mr. Beast and I was Mr. Beasting it up for 5-6 years, Amazon came up to me and they're like, here's a bunch of money. What do you want to do? I'd probably, you know, make a show or something like that, or a movie even, something like that. I wouldn't want to just take the Joystick show or sketches and just like do it again. You know, I'd want to do something bigger, something better than we already do. So that's kind of my big gripe about it.
I mean, I do agree with you.
It's hard to watch the show and feel like it's anything different than one of his YouTube videos, truthfully, except for like better editing and better quality. Obviously, it's going to come with
I'm getting like Wipeout vibes.
It's, it really, like, that's literally it. And I think that's another thing. It's like everybody is like making such a bigger deal about it than it really is. And I'm like, it's just fucking.
I've only seen memes about it. I haven't really.
But that's what I mean. It's like I can't escape it. But regardless, I think that's my hot take about YouTube's most successful tuber right now. Hot take, not for me. There it is, right there. Just let people know.
Stamp it, bro.
Oh, I've also been meaning to talk to you about something else, Dylan.
Okay.
Forgive me for not getting on the Hot Wheels wave earlier.
But
I have put in at this point probably over 15 hours in the Hot Wheels 2.
Oh, Bob, you're not there yet. I know you're not there. I know how long that platinum is. You're not there yet.
I'm not there yet.
Because the first one is shorter.
I'd imagine this one is a fucking grind.
Yeah, so hot, and this one actually has way more to it, but I would say Hot Wheels 1 was like maybe a 15 to 18 hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this one was free on PS Plus. I was like, fuck it, I'll play it. And then what was also funny is I've had it like installed, or not installed, but I've had it in the library for months. And then it dawned on me the other day that Mildred loves to play racing games. So she was like, you should find me a racing game. And I was like, oh shit, like I forgot I have Hot Wheels and Lego 2K Drive. So I was like, which one do you want? She's like, fuck it, the Hot Wheels one. And then she played it for like an hour, and I'm not gonna lie, like that whole hour I was just like, give me the fucking controller. I want to play that shit right now, bro. So within the span of like 3 days, I beat the whole like story mode stuff. I did all that. And now I just have to do like the grindy stuff, like win 100 or get the podium 100 times.
Get the podium and then get all the cars.
The drifts and get all the secret vehicles and shit. But yeah, it's fine. I'm in a weird point where I'm just like juggling 4 platinums. And I'm just waiting to get them all. Like I'm waiting for you to help me with Far Cry 6.
Yeah, I have it downloaded.
Which I would love to do because that shit is like 100+ gigs on my PlayStation.
Yes, I realized that today when I was like, this takes up all my space.
You can also stream it, which is interesting too. If you have the PS Plus thing, so you technically don't have to download that.
I
realized
I have it.
So that is, I'm just 1 trophy away, and it's super easy. We just have to fucking liberate an outpost. Marvel Rivals, I got all of the DPS and all of the tank character trophies. I'm just getting the support characters now. But unfortunately, it's kind of just like play the game and hope you guys do good. It's not really like things I can influence too much. Hot Wheels 2, which I hope to get finished in the next couple days. And then I just started Jack and Daxter, the PS5 reboot. So if all goes well, I should have 4 platinums in less than 2 weeks.
Very nice.
But we'll see. But yeah, Hot Wheels 2 is a fucking fun game. It's a jam.
It's very nice.
Kind of want to play it with friends. So
I mean, I did want that with the online for that, but I liked it. I fucking, bro, just destroying people in the online in that game.
What kind of car do you use? Do you remember? Because it's like balanced, rocket, off-road.
I use the Koenigsegg Jethro.
Okay, it's funny because A, that's very specific. I just use the stock cars that they give you. But B, I was reading like a trophy guide and like one of the guides said that the Koenigsegg something, I think it was that one, is like the fastest, best car.
It's really fast and also has good handling. There's in the first game, I played the Wiener car because it's just like it's like one of the faster cars in the game.
Oh wow.
And then I don't know, because in the first game there wasn't really a lot of customization. It was just kind of like you got the car and then you like leveled it up.
So it didn't have like the skills.
Yeah, there was no skills. There was nothing like that. It was just kind of like you can upgrade the car and it gets better and that's it. Okay. There was no levels or anything. So this game had more to that. Okay. But yeah, any usually rocket or any of the fast balance.
Cool.
That's what I played with.
Nice. So shout out to that game. I have a lot of fun with it. Something I also want to talk about because it definitely inspired me, influenced me hardcore.
Okay.
One person on the internet who has very much influenced me since I've kind of started to follow them was Ludwig.
Yes.
I think Ludwig has this very practical approach to not only like the entertainment, part, but also the business side of entertainment, which is a weird way to phrase it. Sorry. But point is,
no, I get what you're saying.
He's also like one of those very smart guys. But what I like about Ludwig is how transparent he is. He doesn't like hide things. He's like very open about what his company does, the money that he makes, how he uses his money, etc. And it's refreshing, to be honest. So the reason I bring him up is because they put a video came out, I think it was like 10 months ago, but I only saw it recently that it was in my recommended. There are these 2 guys, I think their names are Colin and Samir. You may have even heard of them. They're these 2 YouTubers, and I believe that they, like, part of their main shtick is that they talk to other people who make content and kind of explore the business side of how they go about it. Going to their offices, talking about how productivity works and stuff.
I think I've seen one of their videos before.
And this video, basically, they go to Ludwig's kind of like HQ, or 2 HQs technically, because he has one personally for his like Mogul Moves business, and then he has another one which I'll get to in a second. But the interesting thing is that the way that it's portrayed is that the Mogul Moves business is an unscalable business in the sense that he's kind of like the main focus because he's like the face of the company. So if there were a day that Ludwig just wanted to stop making videos, then Mogul Moves would essentially stop being a company. But his other company...
Oh, that's him.
Yeah.
So Mogul Moves is essentially his company.
Ludwig, yeah.
Yeah, it's him.
But Off-Brand, which is Ludwig's secondary company, is like a more... I don't think it's public, but it's like... Basically, it's a content production studio that works on making internet content, live events like stream tournaments and things like that.
Oh, so like the boxing chess thingy was through that.
And now they also do video game development. albeit they just announced about 3 weeks ago that they're actually shutting down the events portion of their business because it was unsustainable. Like they weren't able to really profit money for it, which makes sense. But regardless, I just brought it up because it really inspired me to like want to take Joystick a lot more seriously. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting to be working in a giant warehouse with a staff of 65 people overnight, but it did inspire me to want to like get up and put a little bit more work into the podcast.
To anything,
market ourselves a little bit better. I even like was talking about possibly getting some like shirts made and just putting them out there. Just fucking.
I would love that merch.
Get that shit circulating a little bit. Like I'm not expecting us to run out our first batch, but I just want to get into that habit of taking shit a little bit more seriously.
Yeah,
you know?
and even then, like I feel like a virality of a shirt also makes more sense or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so it could just be in reference to something that we talked about, and also was another thing.
It's also just like
people will buy it.
One thing I feel weird about as a content creator is the idea of like selling stuff, which is weird because that's technically part of it because you want to be able to profit. You'd like to be able...
you're technically selling yourself.
Exactly. But that's like, this is just a personal thing. Like I have I guess that's partly part of the reason why we've uploaded over like 400, 500 videos here, but never really post about it or anything like that, which we're going to get better at, I promise. Yeah. But that being said, like when you brought up the virality of a t-shirt, I like the idea of making merch because it's like a physical product that we're giving somebody. It's not like a video, which is more subjective, like you can't own a video.
Yeah, but
you can own a shirt.
Yeah, but that's also why you don't pay to watch us every Wednesday, but you pay for a shirt. Exactly. I feel like that's also.
But wait for the Patreon.
The exchange.
Because the Patreon should be coming this summer, hopefully. But regardless, the video just really inspired me to just want to like make more content, make better produced content, seriously work on our live action stuff. We've already alluded to it in the past couple episodes that sketches are going to be the name of the game going forward. Apparently Dylan's brewing one up. Can't wait to hear what that's about. I'm even working on a little short film script, a little comedy stuff. But I'm really excited to make Joystick into like a more productive company. Get it? Because it's a production company. Whatever. Fucking point is we're going to be making more stuff here, and it's going to be high quality. Why are you making that face, Dylan? Why are you making your Robert De Niro face?
I made the productive production.
Because it's,
joke, non-joke.
It's a play on words, buddy. Productive, production.
It's the same root, whatever.
Shut up. Anyway.
We actually just fight for the next 15 minutes.
You got anything else you want to swing into?
So what did you do for New Year's?
New Year's, I was just chilling in your old hood, bro. I was at Vetro, the Russos too. The mini Russos. Yeah, I was just chilling there. They had a special. It was like $90. You get an appetizer, an entree, and like a dessert.
Should have done that shit, bro.
And then after that, we went into the Vetro Lounge, and they had fire ass DJ playing some music, had some drinks, and watched the ball drop with a bunch of other Italian people. So that's what I did. Felt good. I felt at home. I gotta say.
Yeah. You with your Italians. I was with elderly Greek people. I was at a Greek lounge.
A grounge.
And essentially, I have the hot take that New Year's Eve is a house party event, and that's when it's done best. I just think that people have gone to bad house parties, and now like everyone was looking for like a different thing to do this year.
Dylan, you hit it right.
It is
on the nail.
I don't care what more than fucking 4th of July, more than Labor Day, because those are like barbecue. It's
exactly.
Like the vibe is a little different. No, this is inside solo cup fucking holiday. Why do we do it any other way? I wore all black with slick back hair.
That's what I did.
What the fuck am I doing? It's New Year's Eve.
A cashmere crew neck sweater. No, I don't want to do that.
What are we doing? Literally on the 2nd of January, I sat in my room and went like this. I just fucking sat there and I did nothing because I was like, I'm fucking drained. I had to talk to all these people. I didn't even do a lot. But like, I went to this Greek lounge. The food was good, The food, it was good. But like, essentially, I now am... I'm learning Greek, but I'm very nervous about it, because I'm afraid I'm going to mess up, which isn't. Fluent yet, which I shouldn't, because I understand what people say. Every time I go over her house, I have to watch Greek television. That's
a great way to learn too,
and it actually does work. I remember that I was watching one of their game shows, which was fucking fire. It was like. It was like Family Feud mixed with $20,000 Pyramid mixed. It was like a bunch of different games, and it was just a lot of fun. And it was and each team was like actors from different shows. So it was like show versus show.
Gotcha.
Fucking so good. I don't even know the language really, and it was good. But I'm really motivated to learn the language because even though we were at a Greek place, there's live music, and the band and the singer aren't the same group. With Greek music, like it'll be a different singer will show up.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, we're playing these songs because it's like the same 15 songs essentially. You know, you have the one that this dance, you have this island's dance, you have all the different songs. The first singer was so bad that like literally the first time I've ever like laughed at a performance.
Wow.
Like it was that bad. And I don't speak this fucking language. That's how bad it was. That like, and Greek singing is hard because especially like the woman songs, they do like
There's
this
kind of R rolls.
Think a lot of almost like I don't want to say Turkish because you know, but like like very like drawn on kind of like a 8-second note where
Sustained
it's like
vibrato note,
and like the first few seconds is at this pitch and then the other 5 seconds is at the other pitch, and if you're off on that it's very noticeable.
Gotcha.
And she just couldn't hit anything, and it was just kind of I'm like in pain.
Yikes.
And literally my fiance's father was talking shit about her in Greek, and I'm like, that's not a good place to talk shit. And I was like, I heard like split or something.
Okay.
And I was like, what? I was like, what is he talking about? And he was like, if he was or something along, he was saying how bad she was, and then he was like commenting on like she was wearing like this tight outfit, and then later she was in like a different outfit, and he was like, it's split in fucking half, you know, like, and I just. You know, it was not a great. I mean, you know, I love the people around me. New Year's Day, fucking Marianti's mom makes lukumares.
What is this?
So lukumares are I don't know if you've ever had like a zeppoli.
Oh yeah, of course. Fucking love zeppolis.
Okay, imagine a better zeppoli.
Oof.
So it's like a zeppoli, but also kind of like a churro.
So it's a little crunchier, a little.
Yes, but then it's also soaked in syrup too. So it's like there's like 3 layers of flavor going on, and you're like, and it's homemade too.
What is it called again?
Lukumares.
I need to see a picture of this. Hold on, lukumares.
Loukoma.
That's the Greekest thing I've ever.
Yeah.
Yep. Fried dough, lakma, or lukuma. Oh, it's with a D. Fried Greek honey puffs.
Yep.
Oof, dude.
And it's like, it's a little hard to get used to the taste because it's like, yeah, I know, right?
Oh!
It's a little hard to get used to the taste because it's like, it's very like earthy. It's like rosy.
Gotcha.
They don't use rose. They use like orange blossom.
Yeah.
So it's like very like fresh, like aromatic.
Yeah.
So it's almost like perfumey, but it's like.
Listen, I've been watching a lot of Bake Squad. I know a lot about flavor now. Okay.
And it's different. It's good. There's basically a tradition called the cutting of the vasilopita.
Yeah.
Which is essentially in some parts of Greek, it's like a cake, but in most parts, it's more of just like this hearty bread with like a lot of ingredients from Greece in it.
Fire.
The bread is incredible. Marianti makes it so good. And essentially, there is a coin randomly placed, and whoever gets the coin, that's good luck for the year.
Got you.
Very simple.
2 quick questions.
Yes.
Number 1, they're both pertaining to Marianti and her culinary skills.
Yes.
I have a really favorite type of cookie. If I were to get the recipe and send it to her, would she be able to do a variation of that cookie?
Oh,
recipe?
absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
She would make it probably better than how you remembered it.
Oh, perfect. I want it's a bourbon pecan chocolate chip cookie. That's what I want.
She would fucking kill that.
Hell yeah. The other question is, Marianti makes cornbread, right?
Yes, that
didn't you have like an emotional response to her cornbread once?
Essentially, I got blackout drunk and then cried, saying that none of my friends or me knew how to make cornbread.
Gotcha.
I think I was trying to get it like in like the South. It's like more of a
the reason
normal thing.
The reason I bring it up is because Mildred has a best friend who apparently makes slamming cornbread, and she wants to get the two of them together to see who makes the best cornbread. Which I think is just a ploy for Mildred to get a lot of cornbread. But
yeah, I feel like we could just have independent cornbread all the time and all be happy. But
yeah, I'm fine with
we don't
that.
have to make a show out of it.
No, it's not for a show. It's it's for her enjoyment.
It's for her. She just wants cornbread.
Yeah.
You know. Can we give a real shout out to all the women in the world? I know it's not Women's Appreciation Month, but like women are like,
yeah, thanks for the cornbread, ladies.
Thanks. I'm gonna start crying, bro. I'm like tearing up about this fucking cornbread again. But what I will say is, fucking woman, we love you.
For the record, Mildred's friend who makes cornbread is a man. I will also mention that.
Both sexes will combine to make the best cornbread. Now it's a battle of the sexes too, bro.
There you go. See?
Oh my god.
Oh man.
But I feel like we did, like, men, like, the fact that, like, in, like, the traditional, like, American household, like, the woman cooks, but the man barbecues, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that that's actually how we evolved.
Yeah.
Like, man cooked shit over a fire for, like, a million years, and then women were like,
no.
fucking, not only, but she also got, like, she was also like, you're fucking stupid, this is the way to do it, you know what I mean? Which is correct. But yeah, fucking food and, you know.
New Year's.
Next
time we'll do it in my house. I promise. All right. Let's move on over to Jam and Yam.
I'm a little itchy.
Of the week. You're a little itchy?
I'm a little itchy.
Little itchy boy?
I'm a little itchy. I got an itching for some music.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not where I was going with it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Would you like to go first?
My song is, I remember the name of it. I don't have to look it up.
Okay.
It is Afraid to Die by Movements. I was looking for like an angsty kind of emo song. This song is kind of like if like an emo band tried to make a song like The Killers.
Okay.
that's the best way I could describe it.
I dig it.
Yeah, but it kind of slaps. Lyrics are kind of simple, but for this kind of song, you need that. You know?
Cool.
Don't get complex.
I was stuck between two. And I'm going to go with this one because I haven't picked a hip-hop song in a really long time. I'm going to go with a song from 2022 called Metropolis by DJ Muggs with Method Man and Slick Rick, which is a rapper I don't think you were expecting to hear on a feature in 2022. It's really dope. You hear like Method Man do his Method Man thing, and then out of nowhere this British guy is like, and I went to the store and I popped it no. It's fire. It's great. So.
I never heard this song.
You know who Slick Rick is, right? Yeah, so fucking, it's a vibe, and it's like a really like I don't know DJ Muggs, but it sounds like kind of a Conductor Williams, like dark, grimy Griselda type beat. So it's kind of fire. I also found out he's working on a new album, so shout out to Slick Rick. Can't wait to see what that's gonna sound like. All right, we did it. Yeah, it's another one in the books, baby. Literally, I keep this in a book, so putting it in the book.
Yeah. It's actually your journal, your diary.
It is more like a journal, but it's still the book. You know, it has pages. Shut up. Thank you for watching this episode of the Joystick Show, episode 221. Actually, you know what? Let's make this a little more special here. Just hold on. Let me get my new camera. We got a new camera on the joystick. Put it on video mode. There we go. Fucking. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching this episode of the Joystick Show. We really appreciate. I'll just talk to both cameras. We really appreciate you guys. Make sure to go ahead and like this episode of the Joystick Show.
Looks so stupid. It does.
Make sure to go ahead and subscribe to Team Joystick. And I also just realized we're filming the Golden Globes behind you. But fuck it, who cares about the Golden Globes? I do. Fucking. Hopefully, Joey and Jerry's strike will be over next week, so they'll be able to join us. And do you have anything that you like that would you just nope.
Just God and globs. Good and globs.
Good and globs. Oh my god, this show gets worse and worse by the episode.